Hi, my name is Audra Morrice. I'm a chef, author, and TV personality. I'll be speaking to some industry players about the future of the hotel, restaurant, and cafe sectors. With the 4.0 revolution hitting the hospitality industry, I'll be looking at ways in which businesses are using new technologies to improve operational efficiencies, as well as meeting new customer demands. So in collaboration with FHA, I will be taking you through the future of Horeca in a 2-episode web series. Like most of you, I love my food and I love traveling. I can't wait to meet these innovative businesses. Come with me. The general misconception is that AI, or artificial intelligence, actually displaces the need for human capital in the workforce. However, in today's episode, we're going to look at how AI actually helps create new customer experiences. And not only that, it helps to upskill workers. So I'm here with Artan. She's the Director of Sales at Orange Clove here in their HQ, and we're going to see how this little robot is creating so much fun at parties. Not only that, she's actually serving up some delicious food. Artan, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Welcome, Audra.
Oh, thank you so much for having us here. Now, you know, when I first heard about robots coming into the kitchen, I was a bit uncomfortable about it, but obviously, you know, it's proven to be a very successful thing for you guys.
Yes, it is.
Tell me something. What sort of spurred on this development of this robot in the business?
Orange Co is always constantly looking for innovation. So we wanted to bring our customers some new experience, and this is why we actually decide to develop. I mean, when people are talking more about robotics, robots serving up, you know, in restaurants or this, we decide to come up with a machine that we can bring to events and can serve up, you know, heartwarming laksa to the customers, to the guests.
So it's the same as the auntie behind the counter serving up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So has it become more efficient for you guys?
Instead of having 2 chefs, now we actually trim it up to 1.
Yeah.
And the 1 chef upskill of you know, the daily work that she do, and she can, you know, talk to the guests around, clean up.
Far more interaction is a human interaction where it counts, where you guys can actually add the value, which is great, right? Yeah. Because the robot can't talk back to you, right? So I think it's nice. Now, important factor, why laksa? Why not some other dishes?
Laksa is actually one of our most popular dish among our live stations menu. We decided to further develop laksa with a robotic chef.
I suppose there's specific elements for each that has to go into each laksa bowl, so that could be, in reality, that can be robotized, if that's such a word, a lot more easily, isn't it?
In terms of like consistency,
yes.
So the gravy, we give you the correct amount. Yes. So I mean, of course, you don't have to depend on the auntie, you know. Sometimes maybe she bad mood, she give you lesser gravy. So there is a consistency in terms of gravy, the ingredient.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we still let you choose the amount of tau pok and the fish cake, but then there will only be 1 prawn.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, shall we see how it works? I'm excited.
So maybe you want to try it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can actually start off with the noodles.
Okay. Then we move on to the next step.
So next step, you can actually pour this mihun over into this basket.
Right.
And you can choose the toppings.
Okay, so a little bit of tau pok, a little bit of fish cake. I want to time Sophie actually. Although she's already started even before I can start talking. Wow, so she's just blanched it.
And it actually has the human touch of shaking
Yes. And very neat. I like that. So next step.
You'll go to the prawn.
The prawn goes on.
And next you will come to the gravy.
Wow. So she's
still stirring because there are shrimps at the bottom. Yeah.
Wow.
And there you go, 1 bowl of piping hot laksa.
What other innovations are you guys coming up with? I mean, could we see a boyfriend for Sophie maybe? Like
you will still be Sophie this name, but probably a Sophie 2, Sophie 3.
Okay.
Yeah, but what dish we are coming out with, we will keep you in suspense.
Wow! And and you got a team of people?
We do work with an engineering company. Yeah, to actually help us with all this.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Atan. I mean, it was phenomenal. Look, I never thought I would ever one day be replaced by a robot, but not fully, not 100%, but it's an amazing innovation. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right, so I'm going to enjoy my bowl of laksa now before we head off to our next stop. So previously we saw how a robot can help caterers resolve their manpower crunch, create delicious food, and also spice up customer experience. Now I'm going to be talking to a chef about how technology can actually help create far more efficiency for chefs in the kitchen, and I as a chef am very excited about this. So I've got here with me Chef Daniel Schneider from Electrolux. Now Daniel, today you're going to show me how an oven and a blast chiller are going to talk to each other, and this will create far more efficiency and save a lot of time for chefs in the kitchen.
Absolutely, let's get started. So we have basically these two are linked together, and then each of this unit is linked to the router as well. So we see that everything exactly now they are able to talk to each other. So now we go on our automatic cycles, cycle plus. If you want to, you can press proving and just press the start button. And now we're going to choose again the butter bread. So we're going to go down to butter bread and we press OK. Now it worked. Now we have here the signal sender, Sky Duo, and it's written that you want to start a Sky Duo process. So now you can decide, was it a mistake? Then you could cancel.
Right.
If you want to agree, you can click yes, and the oven will be locked basically and waiting for the preheat signal. Or you can also say, actually, the proving is now 1 hour, but I still have to roast the chicken inside. So I do a postpone. So I roast my chicken 30 minutes. Once I take it out, this signal will come up again.
Okay.
And then it will remind me, and then I press OK.
Got it.
So what we're going to do now is you will press, just have me to press the green button, correct? Yeah. Sorry? Okay. So now we are in. So basically this is now locked and just waiting for the signal. It now starts the time, the temperature, and it tells you, okay, what we have set before, and it tells you also the fan speed of it.
So once it gets to below 5, it'll start
Correct.
talking
it
to
will
these guys.
Send automatically, and we will see the preheat starting. So without having to do anything.
Can you set multiple tasks? Like, you say you got your chicken to do, so I got to leave the kitchen now, but I want to make sure that my breads are.
Yes. So basically I can set all this up. I can basically just go and I say, okay, once you hear the alarm, then you just bring everything over.
There we go.
So we see now, exactly. And now basically what we are showing here is from the blast chiller to the oven. But of course, if we talk about cook and chill, it goes the other way around as well. So we roast our chicken. Once the roasting is done, this one is already cooled and it goes. And the reason this is important is it's food safety and also the quality. Because for me as a chef, it happened many times. You are really in stress and things, so you put your things in the oven and then it's finished and you take it out and you go to the blast chiller and the blast chiller is off or it's at the wrong temperature. So what can we do? So either way, I just chug it in and turn on my blast chiller, and then it needs so much longer to actually cool down because I put hot food inside. Or what I do is I leave it outside, chill my blast chiller, but by then the food is going into the danger zone, it evaporates more moisture, so it reduces in weight. This is a solution too, to increase food safety and the quality of the food as well.
Yeah. All right, we're ready.
So now we're ready. It's telling us now also the energy consumption, and also it's telling us how much time we needed. So now we press OK, so cycle is done, and now we're just gonna open here, and we're gonna go inside the oven with our ovens. Exactly. So we take one out,
Daniel, I know what it's like working in a really stressful kitchen where you've got to cook things in bulks for guests. You've got to make sure that consistency is right. It all tastes exactly the same. It all looks exactly the same. You've got to get stuff out of the freezer, put it in the ovens and stuff. It can get really stressful for chefs, right? This solution with the Skyline Premium Oven and the Blast Chiller, how's it helping chefs in the kitchen? Like, what's the solution behind it?
So basically, the solution is more of a cook and chill solution. So we have the oven, we have the blast chiller, and we are cooking in the oven. We are able to chill it down in the most nutritious, saving way, and also very, very quick as well, in order to really maintain moisture, quality, texture. And then we are reheating it on a later stage.
So you're improving staff efficiency, you're improving quality efficiency, creating super consistent results, and saving a lot of time, really, isn't it?
Absolutely. So if you think about, you do a braised meat. So if you do, for every morning you have to do your braised meats for the evening service, you spend every day 2 hours doing it. If you would just do a bigger portion and you use the oven to do it, you can braise the meat in the oven. The oven will take care. It maybe takes 4 or 5 hours, but it's for 5 or 6 days. So instead of doing 5 times 3 hours, you do only once 4 or 5 hours, and you are done.
That braise is in the oven, chefs can do other things.
Exactly.
That's brilliant.
So you don't have to look at the pot to stir, to refill water, all this. Everything can be a full recipe, just put in, press the program or the manual mode, and it's done.
And the functionalities with the Skyline oven and blast chiller is it can start in the oven and then a quick blast chill, and it can also work the other way around, where in this case we're using it as a prover, and then it goes back up, or it can be a chiller and then goes back up to the oven.
Yes, so basically what we can do is we can do a cook and chill, so we cook and chill, or we say we do prove and bake, so we are proving in the blast chiller and then baking in the oven. Or we can do also a thaw and cook. So I can thaw something in the blast chiller because we can adjust the temperatures, and then I cook it inside the oven. So these two equipment, especially with the heating function of the blast chiller, can widen the possibilities in the kitchen to infinity.
Voila. What type of other technologies would you like to introduce continue that sort of path of improving efficiency, allowing more time for chefs to actually be far more creative in the kitchen than operational?
I think the oven is already quite established in our region here, so in the region in Asia, but there are still a lot of restaurants who could really benefit from a combi oven to really increase their productivity. And one equipment which is actually not so much well known yet is actually the blast chiller. A lot of people don't really know. If you go on a flight, this food was cooked with the oven and with the blast chiller in 90% of the cases. Wow. So cook and chill is already all around us, but somehow a lot of small businesses, they don't see the benefits yet. And this is what we want to do. We want to introduce them to cook and chill. We want to introduce them to how they can actually produce in much bigger batches in a very safe way, and along the line increase productivity and have it much more.
So you really just have to measure it out for them, I think people want to see at the end of the day, if I'm going to buy a blast chiller, it's going to cost me X amount of money.
Exactly.
But they need to see tangible benefits, essentially.
Absolutely. You cannot say, okay, just spend that much money on something and good luck. You have to really make them believe in it and trust. Because sometimes I see also in places they have a blast chiller and they have an oven, but they use about 20 to 50% of the capabilities only. So there's always still education what we have to do, and we have to make sure they really trust an equipment and they really use it to its full potential.
So that's a big part of the Electrolux brand, is to, you've got brilliant products. Now it's educating people. Now it's kind of getting it out to the public arena on specifically how do you maximize use of these products. Invest in it, Now how do you use it?
Exactly. And this is what we are trying to do all over the world. So we have, for instance, here in Singapore, we have a Center of Excellence, which is a full live kitchen where we invite customers, potential customers or existing customers. We do events with just chefs who want to join us for bakery events and pastry events. And this is how we train and how we want to share our knowledge. We're not here to teach, we want to share the knowledge and we want to make them accept the technology and really get in their heads better, and also for them being able to translate into their workplace as well. And we do this worldwide, and we have many of this Center of Excellence around the world, and I think it works really well.
Excellent. So to good future for the brand, yeah? Excellent. Thank you. Thanks so much for having us. Wow, I've had so much fun playing with Sophie, the robotic chef, and also discovering new appliances by Electrolux that's really made a big difference in speeding up the cooking processes for chefs. I hope you really enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned to the next episode where we'll bring you to some hotels in Singapore who are championing some sustainability initiatives.